What does it mean to live in prosperity? Is it just about wealth and riches? Or is it something deeper, something spiritual, purposeful, and eternal? In the Bible, we see stories of men who walked with God and lived in prosperity, not just in material things, but in influence, wisdom, peace, and legacy. Today, we'll uncover the lives of a few of these men and see how you and I can live with that same blessing in our own world. We begin with Abraham, a man called out of his homeland to follow God into the unknown. He didn't know where he was going, but he trusted the one who was calling. Genesis 13:2. Abram had become very wealthy in livestock and in silver and gold. But it wasn't just material wealth. Abraham was rich in faith. He believed God's promises, even when they seemed impossible. Genesis 15:6 says, "And he believed the Lord, and he credited it to him as righteousness." How can we be like Abraham today? Trust God's leading, even when the path isn't clear. Live generously and with hospitality. Build altars of worship in the middle of uncertainty. Then there's Joseph, betrayed by his brothers, sold into slavery and thrown into prison. But through it all, God's favor never left him. Genesis 39:2 says, "The Lord was with Joseph so that he prospered, and he lived in the house of his Egyptian master." Joseph prospered because of his faithfulness and integrity. He didn't complain, he managed what he had. He didn't seek revenge, he forgave. And because of that, he became second in command over all of Egypt. How can we be like Joseph today? Stay faithful in small places. Work with excellence even when no one's watching. Let God handle justice. Choose forgiveness. Next, we look at Solomon, the son of David. When God asked him what he wanted, Solomon didn't ask for riches or power. He asked for wisdom. 1 Kings 3:13. "Moreover, I will give you what you have not asked for, both wealth and honor, so that in your lifetime you will have no equal among kings." Because Solomon's heart was right, prosperity followed. How can we be like Solomon today? Ask God for wisdom before anything else. Value understanding over quick riches. Use your gifts to bless others and glorify God. What about Job? He had everything: wealth, family, health. And then he lost it all. But Job never cursed God. He held on to his integrity. And in the end, Job's prosperity came full circle, not because of luck, but because of his unshakable trust in God. Job 42:10. "The Lord restored his fortunes and gave him twice as much as he had before." How can we be like Job today? Stay rooted in God even when life shakes you. Remember that seasons change, but God remains. Expect restoration. God is a redeemer. So what does this mean for us today? Real prosperity isn't just about money. It's about walking in purpose, living in favor, and trusting in God's provision. 3. John 1:2 says, "Beloved, I pray that you may prosper in all things and be in health, just as your soul prospers." When your soul prospers, your mind, will, and emotions aligned with God, everything else follows. Here's how to live in biblical prosperity today. Stay rooted in faith like Abraham. Be faithful like Joseph. Seek wisdom like Solomon. Stand steadfast like Job. These stories aren't just history, they're blueprints. And remember, Psalm 1 verse 3 says, "He is like a tree planted by streams of water, which yields its fruit in season, and whose leaf does not wither. Whatever they do prospers." God still blesses, He still leads, He still multiplies, and He's still calling people, just like you, to walk in prosperity with Him. Not just for your gain, but to be a light to others, to be a blessing in your family, your work, your city, and your generation. You are called to thrive, body, soul, and spirit. Jeremiah 29:11. "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. So go, live, prosper, and walk with God, just like they did. Thanks for watching. If you were inspired by these stories, like, comment, and share this message. Let's walk in prosperity together, God's way.